Hey you guys, I'm Kim. Welcome to my little craft studio. Actually, it's just a closet, but it works really well for me. Anyway, I was out estate sailing this weekend and I happened to find a bag of these old satin ornaments. I was super excited because I've been wanting to make a video showing you how to make a little poodle ornament. My grandmother started making these ornaments back in the 1960s. I have no idea where she got the pattern. My mom thinks it was from like the packaging that the silk balls came in, but who knows. So with this as kind of a starting point, I'm gonna see if I can kind of cuten this up a little bit or if I like the original more. Okay, let me show you everything you're going to need to make these little poodles. First, of course, are those satin ornaments. This is about 2.5 inches in diameter. Look for them at thrift stores and garage sales, things like that. These are just 1-inch pom-poms. I got these, I think, a big bag of them at Michael's, very standard size. I wish you could find little glass ornaments for the nose, but they are nowhere that I have found them. Instead, I have found that these 1/2-inch jingle bells work really well. I had also wanted to make a pink colored poodle. The closest thing I could find in pink were these little ornaments. Unfortunately, they had like a little plastic top on them. Fortunately, though, they were cheap ornaments and that little plastic top broke off very easily. Beside the nose, you will need some Google eyes. These are truly vintage Google eyes, also an estate sale find. I found that the 15mm size worked well for me, but you could make them bigger or smaller just depending on your preference. I also wanted to add some trim to the top of the poodle, so find some ribbon that you like to coordinate maybe with your other Christmas decor or just to coordinate with the poodle nose there. You'll also want some felt for the ears. I paid up on this felt. You know, at some of the craft stores, there'll be a cheaper felt and then a thicker felt. Go with that thicker felt for the poodle ears. I did bring out some of my thinner felt that I want to try to make some eyelashes and maybe a little pink tongue for. Let's see, and then you will need a glue gun or maybe some tacky glue if you like to use the white glue. And if you would like to use the download that I have linked in the description box below, you can print off a pattern for the poodle ears and for my eyelashes. Okay, let me take a moment, heat up my glue gun. We'll be back and I'll show you how easy it is to throw these together. Okay, I think we're ready. I'm gonna start out by cutting out the ears. You'll need 2 ears for each ornament, and I'm using just kind of a sloppy way of doing this. I'm tracing around with a gel pen, and as long as I cut inside my trace line, I'm gonna be fine. Okay, now I'm going to glue a little pom-pom on the bottom of each of the ears. Set those off to the side. I'm going to pick up my ornaments. I've noticed that this one is kind of shedding a little bit, so I'm going to trim it. I think I like this side for the face, so I'm going to think about where I'm going to place everything. So the ears are going to go on either side. Before I put the ears on, I do want to go ahead and put an ornament hanger on my ornament just to make it a little bit easier for me to hold on to. Okay, so now let's put the pom-poms on the top of the head. So 4 pom-poms go on like 2 on each side of the ears and 2 on each side of the hanger. So one thing I wanted to try with my poodles was to see if it would look cute to have some little eyelashes. So what I decided to do was to cut out like little eyelash shapes that would go behind the googly eyes. So we'll try this one, see how it looks. That would be, you know, totally optional. So now the hardest part is going to be figuring out where you want to place your eyes, nose, and nose. After I did this one, I had wished that I had maybe moved the nose up a little bit on this ball. So that's what I'm gonna try to do here. Let's put the bow on and see what the final poodle looks like. I'm not sure, what do you think? The eyelashes or no eyelashes? Even though these particular ones aren't vintage, it is truly a vintage pattern, a vintage idea. Well, y'all, I have had a lot of fun making these ornaments. They sure bring back a lot of good holiday memories for me. If you happen to stumble across any of these satin ornaments, I hope you think about using them in a Christmas project of your own. And if you have any questions for me or questions about this project, please leave them in the description box below. Until next time, you guys take care and happy crafting. Bye-bye.